Yo, what is up, guys? What's up here? Bringing you guys a video about my Thunder Dragon deck profile and kind of a discussion for Soul Fusion dropping in about a week. And I think this deck is very strong, and the deck just has a lot of potential with Sky Strikers being the best deck. And I think this build of Thunder Dragons is kind of preferred because in the OCG they had Invoked hit on the ban list. They had Makaba to 1, and Invoker Alistair was at 1 for some reason, and they hit so many things in the Invoke engine that you couldn't really play the Invoke Thunder Dragon build in the OCG. But in the TCG, it gives you more of combos in this deck, and seeing that this deck has so many 2-card combos with the Solar Battery Man and Gold Sarcophagus, or Solar Battery Man and Avion, or Alistair and Gold Sarcophagus. It's just so many 2-card combos, or even 1-card combos, just to get to your Super Bolt Thunder Dragon. Just really, really good. And I think the deck is super strong because it stops a lot of decks like Gokis, like Sky Strikers, just any deck that adds cards to hand. This Super Bolt Thunder Dragon is going to be very strong, as well as decks that can't get over it. It's super hard to get over if you're not playing like Altergeist. Altergeist is the kryptonite of this deck. It just doesn't care about adding. It can bounce back the Super Bolt, so you can't really protect it from being bounced by Sequidius. And the deck is just not that strong against Altergeist, but against a lot of other matchups, this deck is very, very good. Now, I do want to talk about one card that we do not have in the TCG, which is Darkness Metal, the Dark Seal Dragon. It's just really good for those 2-card combos. There's like a specific combo that I saw on YouTube with Solar Battery Man and Avion. There's like many different combos. There's like 3-card, 2-card combos. But basically, you do utilize the Darkness Metal to summon back a Thunder Dragon monster that is banished or in your graveyard, so you can go into another Mistake monster, which is your Super Bolt Thunder Dragon, or probably even like your Thunder Dragon Lord, depending on your hand. And it's just really good to have like a second or third one, because they might be able to get rid of that first one, but the second one might be just sticking there because it's just too problematic to get over because of the protection effect. So the deck is pretty standard. You run like 3 of each of the really good Thunder Dragon. I do not run the other Thunder Dragon, which is the regular Thunder Dragon. Let me pull that up really quick. The Thunder Dragon, the regular Thunder Dragon that we all know and love. And I think it's not bad. It's really good. Let me see where it's at. Thunder Dragon. It should be right here. Yeah, Thunder Dragon. It's a really good card, but opening up 2 of this is it's just a brick. And the only real use of it is to, fusion with Alistair or get off the effect of, the Thunder Dragon Lord. It's just not enough. And there's like there's pretty much a better Thunder Dragon, which is Bolt Thunder Dragon, you can activate on either player's turn. I think this is not even a quick effect. Yeah, it's not even a quick effect. So it's not that good, but in the pure Thunder Dragon build, I think this is definitely an option. And there's another Thunder Dragon that's really good. It's the kind of like the BLS version of the Thunder Dragons. Let me find it real quick. Aeon, the Thunder Dragon. Yeah, it's really, really good in the pure Thunder Dragon build. But since it's a dark monster and Alistair and Caliga is not really a good card, running the dark Thunder Dragons are just they're not that good. So, but you just want to run the Bestial and the Bolt Thunder Dragon because they're really good cards. Being able to search any Thunder Dragon card, special summon any Thunder Dragon card from the deck, really, really good. So I think this deck is going to be very, very strong in today's format, because we do have Sky Strikers as the best deck. But I think as Altergeist kind of become more stronger, it's just maybe the deck is not gonna see that much play because Altergeist is really strong. But then again, it gets beat by Altergeist. I mean, not Altergeist. It gets beat by Gokis, obviously. Gokis is just a really hard matchup. Well, not a hard matchup, but Extra Link, what is it called? What is that card called? Gumblar Dragon. Gumblar Dragon is just really, really strong against the Altergeist matchup. So You might see Ultra Guys kind of fall down but pick back up with Thunder Dragons, but Thunder Dragons come back up, and then you see like Thunder Dragons go down because of Ultra Guys. It's kind of in a weird situation to where it just depends on what decks you're going against in this format. Because if you're going against Goki, yeah, this deck, if you open up the right hand traps, you can beat Goki, but sometimes you just can't beat them because Gumblar is just a really strong card. But you do get you get a boost from getting your Thunder Dragons in the graveyard, so it's not too bad. And you can Monster Reborn, get back a lot of your stuff. You could do a lot of 2-card combos. You could probably bait out something with a Trigate, but for the most part, Gokis is kind of like a coin flip. Maybe if you open up the hand trap, you win, or you go first, you win. But if they do open up the Gumblar combo, or you just don't have a strong opening turn, maybe you just open up Invocation and like so many hand traps are like Called by the Grave or something like that, you're not gonna have a good time against Goki. But against other matchups like Sky Strikers is really good. True Dracos is somewhat, but it just depends on the certain situation. And then Alter Guys, as I said before, it's very, very hard. So let's go over the deck profile. I'm gonna try to you just scroll past a lot of these cards because I already talked about it in another video, and there's a lot of combo videos out there to showcase you guys what is the strong combos in this deck. But as I said before, Battery Man, the Invoke, and then the Gold Sarcophagus and Avion. Those are your combo cards, and then you use the other cards to get to your combos and stuff like that. So we play 3 Bestial, 3 Avion, 3 Bolt, and 3 of the Origin. You just want to play all 3 of these because you want to see them in your hand or you want to see them in your deck, so it's very, very good. And then you play Solar Battery Man, is just really good with the Thunder Dragons. It's just made for Thunder Dragons pretty much. And then we have Alistair, the Invoker, is just a really strong card. And then we have the hand traps, which is Ash Blossom, Ogre, and Infinite Impermanence. You need hand traps against like Gokis and somewhat of Sky Strikers. You don't want them to have multiple engages and you don't have a response to that. And even though this deck does beat Sky Strikers, if they do get a significant advantage, they could potentially win. I think the hardest matchup against this deck is probably Altergeist, and that is why I'm thinking maybe to main deck, maybe 2 or 3, but like Gokis is a hard match as well, so you want to have hand traps for Gokis. It's kind of a weird situation to where it depends on your format or depends on your locals or regionals, YCS, just depends. And then for the spells, we played 2 Terraforming because it went to 2. I was playing 2 before, I think, or maybe 3 and like 2 of the field spells, but it's not really a big difference. And then 2 Invocation, you're not playing Desires. I don't like Desires in this build because your deck is more of a resource heavy build. You can kind of grind out the game with like the Alistair and the Thunder Dragons. You have a lot of the Thunder Dragons in your deck, so you can kind of grind out your opponent. And Desires just, it doesn't do a lot. I mean, yeah, you get 2 cards, but I think it doesn't really change what you're going to do. Maybe you draw into your 2-card combo or something like that, but it's not something I found that was really needed, but it is a very good card in the deck. And then we have 3 Gold Sarcophagus. It's just the best card. I think this card probably will get hit if Thunder Dragons are doing a lot better than I think. And then we have 1 Monster Reborn and 1 of the Thunder Dragon Fusion. This is probably better in the pure build, but it's still really good in the Invoke build, so it's a really good card. And then the Called by the Grave is one of the strongest cards in the game. I understand why they hit this card because of combo decks, but 2 is still fine. You still want to run it because you don't want to get hand trapped. It's really bad when they hand trap you. Yeah, so you have to run like Called by the Grave. And then we play 3 Magical Meltdown. You want to play this card to get to your Alistair, obviously. And then the 3 Infinite Impermanence for the last trap, or last card. And then for the extra deck, we play 1 Thunder Dragon Lord. I think this is better in the pure build, but you do make it sometimes in this build. I feel like it's more used in the Thunder Dragon build because you have more access to the Thunder Dragon Fusion, and your combos are just more centered to getting out both of the Thunder Dragon Bolt and the Lord. So In this build, you're pretty much trying to make Markaba plus like Super Bowl Thunder Dragon, maybe even 2 of them. But in the pure build, you're probably just gonna go for like 2 or 1 of the Super Bowl Dragon and the 1 Thunder Dragon Lord. And then we do play 3 Markabas, obviously, because we're playing Invoked. And then the Super Bowl Thunder Dragon, you want to have 3 copies of this because it's just really good in grind games. They get rid of 2 of your cards. You're in a tough spot. You have that 3rd one. It's really good. And then the Purgatrio, just like one of the most broken cards. I just hate this card. This is probably one of my most hated Invoke cards. But it's really good for OTKs, as well as Borrelsword Dragon. This card probably should be banned as well. Well, Purgatrio not banned, but you know, Borrelsword, it just enables so many OTKs. You just want to play it. And then Summon Sork, just one of the most broken cards as well. Probably should be banned. These two these are on the radar right now. And then we play Unicorn, very generic. Phoenix, very generic. Alistair the Meltdown Invoker, it's really good in this deck, but you're not really playing so many invocations, so it's not really that used, and you don't have the Book of the Law. So, you know, Alistair and the Invoker is not really useful in this build, but it is very helpful. And then we do play the Kaminari Summer Vacation. It's very good with the Thunder Dragons. I think it's more used in the pure build as well. I do want to mention the pure build. You want to go with the pure build. You play like Anti-Spell, like maybe Shared Ride in the main deck, maybe like Twin Twister in the main deck for the Altergeist matchup. It's just very good, but I feel like 1 is all you really need. And then Land for Linkus for the 2-card combo that includes Invoked and the Gold Sarcophagus. So you do need the Land for Linkus. And then for the side deck, it's just like for just matchups like Altergeist. I'm thinking of running maybe Red Reboot, but it's just too much life points. And this deck, it can OTK, but it does require Borrelsword Dragon, and it's not the most easiest thing to make in this deck because you're not running the Sky Striker engine. But if it's just not enough space for the Sky Striker engine, but this deck is just not making Borrelsword Dragon that often. So I don't think it's really needed to run like Red Reboot, but I do run the Hatronade for the Sky Striker matchup. You could beat the Sky Striker matchup, but sometimes it's just too hard when going second. So I do run the back row for Altergeist and True Dracos and Sky Strikers. And then like Shared Ride just for going first, making your turn 1 boards even stronger. I think this is probably, it just contradicts with the Super Bowl Thunder Dragon, but this is just in case you just have a really bad hand. Like this card is just game against your opponent, but like if you have like this and they out it or they negate it, you have like Shared Ride, and that's just like GG after that. So this might seem redundant, but it's really good even if they do have that. And then Drawn Lockbird, obviously, if they go first or you're going against like Go Keys and have Magical Midfield Breaker, you want to have the hand trap for that. And then, you know, Gamma Sail is just really good to get over their Super Bowl Thunder Dragon or getting over Sky Strikers, maybe even hitting a Trigate Wizard. Just any deck that makes a really big body on board, you can just, you know, kaiju over it. So hopefully you liked the discussion video. I know I probably wasn't the most in depth on, you know, the combos and stuff like that or the deck profile, but I did go in depth in a like past video, so I wasn't gonna, you know, talk too much about this deck, but I wanted to talk about the matchups and the future of this deck. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button because it does help your boy out, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.